Guys, I went on my first date of the year. I was very excited for this date. Beautiful girl, okay? Sat across, I couldn't believe she was there. I wanted to compliment my date as we left the restaurant. So then we left, and I was looking at her, I was like, your forehead and chin look really beautiful under the orange glow of the street lamps. And she said, are you gonna kill me? Okay, you're gonna kill me. Alright, cool. And I try to explain to her, I don't think I'm straight to kill anyone, alright? Which is not what you should lead in with, because make it sound like you would kill her if you could kill her, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, I wish my hands were stronger. That's not gonna bring anybody home with you, alright? Like, I'm actually very blessed to be here, I'm very lucky to be here. I am in Chicago, but I'm originally from Louisiana. And a lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm a Katrina survivor. It's kind of hard for me to talk about. I wasn't in the hurricane. I dated a girl named Katrina. She was a terrible person, alright? She almost ruined my entire life. No, let me tell you about her, okay? Busted through my window, put a hose in my window, turned the hose on, crazy ass, alright? Turned the hose on, flooded my whole apartment. So when my other friends in New Orleans were like, Katrina's destroyed my home, destroyed my life, I was like, you too? You too. Because she's out of control, she needs to be put down, okay? Alright? I don't know if I look like someone that has been broken up with via text message, but I have, alright? I was sitting on a toilet the other day, got a breakup text that said, I don't love you, I don't think I ever loved you, I don't think I can ever love you, we're done, I don't want to be with you anymore. And that messed up my whole day, because not only do I not have a girlfriend, but a complete stranger just broke up with me. That was a wrong number, alright? So now I text her back, baby, we can make this work, alright? Like, let's meet up, alright? I love you, maybe. You know? I've always wanted to be good at sports ever since I was little. I want to be really good at sports, impress my friends. But I am such a theater bitch that one time I was talking about football and forgot the word quarterback. And so I was like, oh, he plays the lead. He's not one of the understudies on the bench. He's the star. He's the best one. The first time I threw a football, everyone knew I didn't have a dad, all right? That's why I stand for athletic ability, okay? I'm not actually killing it, all right? I only played football once. It was in Little League. I was 10 years old, okay? And so they made me a lineman, which jerk move. Wow, okay? Always been frail, ever since I was a baby, all right? Made me a lineman. I didn't know the rules of football, so I didn't know that everybody got hit no matter what, okay? I thought just to have the ball, that meant I was safe. Why not, okay? I'm not the one trying to win sports right now. They made me a lineman. This is not the part that I want. This isn't the part that I auditioned for, okay? I would love the role of team manager or something backstage. I missed a week full of rehearsals. I really don't even know how to play this game. And of course, the kid across from me is the nigga from the Green Mile, so he's the biggest black person that I've ever seen in my whole life, all right? So then they blow the whistle, and he hit me so goddamn hard that there was a divot in the ground. My shoulder went in. I got up. I didn't even tell anybody that I quit. I started walking off the field. I started walking off, took off my football costume, because that's what I called it. Started walking off the field. I was done. I didn't want to play anymore, okay? I didn't want to play anymore at all. But then the director runs up and starts giving me a speech about being a quitter. I was like, obviously you didn't see what just happened, all right? I might be 10 on my right side for the rest of my life. I don't know how growing up works, okay? Then they make this big kid come up and apologize to me, which he shouldn't have to do. It's not his fault. I should be auditioning for Othello or something. And so then he walks me out, I'll never forget his voice. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, wow, that's interesting. We're all 10 here, sir. Why the fuck are you 32? I didn't even make it to intermission. There was no way I was getting through 4 acts of that game, you know? Like I don't have it together like that. I got invited to a party, which if you know me, that's a surprise, all right? I'm a bit of a bummer in person, okay? So I got invited to this party, didn't know there'd be hard drugs at this party. I don't really care about hard drugs, all right? That's not my, live your life, do whatever you want to do, okay? But someone offered me heroin. Right? Like, this thing. Everybody understands weed. A lot of people do like cocaine, but no one doing heroin has a 5-year plan, all right? That's no one you need to be associating yourself with. If you do heroin, you either play the guitar really well or you just got a lot of feelings. I don't know what to say about you. So he offered me the heroin, and I didn't want to not seem cool, but I didn't want to take the heroin, okay? And so he passed it to me in the needle, and I was like, oh, no thanks, I am stuffed. I could not have any more heroin today. I am tapped out. Oh my God. I'm not joking. I am from Louisiana, and like I'm from the center of Louisiana. I'm from a part of Louisiana where I'm walking down the street and people lean out of their Ford F-150 and they're like, "Nagger!" And I'm like, that is not how you say it. That's not how you say it. So you used to teach me now why in that word. Doing racism wrong, sir, all right? I shouldn't have to teach you. That's counterproductive, okay? It's embarrassing. If you're looking up at me and you're like, this guy's been mugged, you be right. I have been mugged. I'm very muggable, okay? And this thing, I don't know if other guys in the room do this. Help me out if you do. If a guy's coming towards you and he looks threatening, do you think in your head how you're going to have to take him? Like, does that cross your mind? Okay, thank you. Somebody said something, all right? Leaving me hanging. This is the thing. Saw a guy coming towards me, look threatening, and in my head, the way I can fight in my head is astounding, all right? The way I fight in real life, not so much, okay? So this guy coming towards me, looked threatening, I was like, oh, looks like we're going to have to Jason Bourne this. I'm going to jump in the air, do 3 flips. I don't want to do 3, but we need to do what needs to be done, okay? Bring my knee down on his face, crack his skull, punch him in the face so he's incapacitated. That was my plan, all right? His plan was, I'm going to punch this guy in the face and take his wallet, all right? We met up. He had a much better plan than I did. His plan was on fire, execution, everything, okay? Some of you guys don't know about me. If you punch me hard enough in the face, I pee. So we meet up, he punched me in the face, I hit the ground, start peeing around Q, I don't disappoint, okay? So now he's trying to fit his huge muscular hand into my pocket to take my wallet, but his hand gets stuck because my pants fit. Go figure, I know, all right? But now his hand is stuck around my pants, but he can see the pee stain getting bigger on my pants, so he's like, he's lifting me off the ground at this point, I weigh 125. And he leaves. Guys, who needs karate? Am I right? Am I right there? Like, I'll leave you guys with this. Let me just wrap it up. I'll leave you guys with this. I'll finish with this. This is important. This is important. I recently, before I came here, got the cops called on me. All right? I got the cops called on me because my neighbor thought that I was killing my girlfriend. So when the cops got there, I had to explain to the police, not only do I not have a girlfriend, but it's just me in here.
Give it up for Josh Johnson!
I have a hard time sometimes checking back in with someone who I haven't talked to in a long time. There are some people you can pick up where you left off perfectly. Like, perfectly. Like, even when you call them, you're like, as I was saying. It's been 4 years, but you remember where you left off. And then there's other people where it's like, you got to find your footing again. You know? And it's really difficult, at least in the way that we've structured things right now, for men to have very close, intimate friendships with other men. And it's tough because people talk about this epidemic of male loneliness. I'd like to get to the bottom of why men are lonely, because there are men everywhere. It's kind of crazy that there's millions of men and they're all lonely. It seems like they should meet the men that are also lonely. It's a lot of men to be lonely. Imagine 100 million people feel by themselves. Seems fixable. One would hope. But some of it is just like the way that men make friends. There are very few, especially you're talking about your intimate, your strong friendships. There's very few categories and very few ways to go down that road with another man. It's usually one of a few things. Your best friend as a man is usually one related to you, maybe. That's my brother. didn't even need to make a friend. My parents made them for me. So we sort of rolled together since we were little, because, you know, he was right there. So how you gonna not? That's like when people like hate their brothers, I'm like, oh, he must have put some work in then, because by default, y'all should have been at least chilling. And then there are men who become intense friends through a shared trauma, like a war buddy. Like you may not have even been compatible in the outside world, but you went through something that was so distinct to your experience that the only other person that gets it covers so much ground for you that now y'all can be best friends because you went through this thing together. And then the third way is kind of like the brother thing. You just known each other for a long time. I mean, we took civics class together, and that was that. I don't get out much. And even within your friendship, because this is the thing about real loneliness. You don't have to have no friends to be lonely. You can be lonely within the relationships that you have. It's about letting people in, and it's hard as guys for us to really let someone in, because there's a thing that we're battling all the time. Some of it's social, some of it's like learned, it's conditioned, and then some of it is not knowing how to express the stuff that's inside. So you're in a really tense place as a guy sometimes, and any little thing can knock you off of a good track you have with a friend. Like a hug. It's a dangerous thing. Hugging as a man. Going in too quick. Looking a little thirsty. We gotta be really specific about our hugs as men, you know? It's on the top of mind, even if you don't think it is. It's surface level, but it's top of mind. You get a weird hug from a friend, it could change your whole relationship. You know? And most of it is like learned over time. As a baseline, you're good to go, right? Especially if you go in for that one palm first, boom, right here, bring it in, very manly. You know, bow, bow, you know, you bang shoulders together. Whoever shoulder breaks first loses. That's my boy, bow, bow, right? You want to make it extra painful, you go in with the other hand. Bow, bow, bow. I remember one time I went in, you know, hugged my buddy, hands out, bow. Good loud clap too, real manly stuff. People that we didn't know heard that pop from across the room. Pow! Went in for the hug, boom. Messed up both our shoulders. And if I'm being honest, it all went awry at the end, because I don't know where his mind was at. But, you know, he went to, you know, close it off, last hand on the back. But for some reason, it was a little low, like. Just so you understand what I went through. We were going in for the hug, bow. I bring it in, bow. He comes around. Mid-hug, I'm like, sir. He immediately like, yeah, my bad, dog. I didn't mean to, yeah, no, it was great, you know, wind. And depend on who you are and who it happens with could knock the whole friendship out of whack forever. That's how delicate it is. Oh. And it's tough sometimes, tough to make friends as a man. Like even if you really rock with somebody, you really respect them, you really admire them, and you might even tell them so, but you don't know how to cross over that next level to really be a friend. You know? And because it's not often communicated, a lot of men don't know they have friends. You have people that you're cool with, but then if somebody asks them and somebody asks you, you're both like, yeah, I guess we're friends. I mean, yeah, like, he cool. Like, what'd he say about me? Like, no, like, he cool. Like, I mean, like, I like Buddy. Like, he cool and everything, and I'm sure he think I'm cool, but, like, I think we're friends, but it's also cool if we not. Like, if we're not friends at all. Like, I don't care. We could be enemies for all I care. Like, let's get it. Oh, it's true. And then, you know, sometimes you don't realize how hard it is to make friends until you look around and you're like, oh, I don't feel like I have many. It's a thing that can happen subtly. You know, it's not something that comes all at once. You look around and you're like, oh, who would I really call if I was in trouble? Maybe just a few people, maybe genuinely. There's no one you feel comfortable making that call to, you know? And so you want to make friends, but it's tough to go out there and try to make friends as a man sometimes. And it doesn't have to be, but just think about it. Like, dudes always act like they don't know what they mean when a woman is like freaked out by a guy coming on too strong, but let a man just try to be your friend. As a man, walk up to another man and be like, I like your jeans. See how it goes. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. You know what I mean? But that's my thing. That's my thing, is that we're in a place now where, for the most part, it doesn't have to be this hard. We have online friendships. We have friendships that we can make in person. There's no reason for people to feel lonely. And women try to help. They do. You ever had your girlfriend try to make you some friends? It's one of the most demoralizing. It's one thing when you little. When you're like a little kid and you're weird. Like, I was weird and I was a little kid and my mom was like, let me get him some help. Let me find some other weirdos. They can be weird together. It becomes very different when you're like 30. And someone who has made the choice to love you slowly starts trying to set you up with just any other man, so you have someone to talk to besides her. Which is just like so fundamentally what it is. Like, it's just sadly a woman who's like, I can't hear everything. Some of this gotta be for the locker room, please. Men are out here so lonely. We got women tried to set us up for locker room talk just so it won't be talked to them for like an hour. And getting set up on like a boyfriend play date is one of the saddest experiences, because as men, you both know why you there. You both sitting here now knowing why you here, and both y'all acted too good for each other. Like, both y'all sit here like, yeah, you know, the game was crazy last week. I got friends, just so you know. Like, I don't even know why she doing this. Like, yeah, I got people to talk to. And then Buddy over here is like, yeah, you know, sports. Yes, the team is doing well, but not as well as we would like. We hope that they will do better, but they have won some games. We hope they win more. Sports. I also got friends. Like, I don't know why my girl, like, I don't know why our girl, that's just them being obsessed with us when we not around, for her to tell you about me and me about you. You know, there's no need, you know, like, we could just watch the game, you know, together without it being something, being weird or anything. You know? Do you want to watch the game though? Because I think it'd be a good one if you want to. Yeah, no, I'd love to watch the game. I'd love to. This is nice, dog. This is nice. Oh. Because it doesn't have to be this way. Your friendships are incredibly important, and I think seeking them out is a very important business to make in life. Seeking out good friendships, seeking out people that make you a better person. It will make you richer than anything you could have ever imagined, because friends take care of you. There are times where you don't know what's going to happen to you, and there are people who you didn't need to call, you didn't need to ask, they just show up because they care about you. Those things are incredibly important, and a lot of men feel like they're missing in their lives, and is once again wild because there are a lot of men. I feel like we could get to the bottom of it pretty quickly. Just looking around, you know? Because a lot of what makes that loneliness is a cycle. It's a hamster wheel of somewhat our own making. You know, you're on this thing because you don't feel loved and you don't feel lovable. And when you don't feel loved and you don't feel lovable, you usually don't behave in a way that makes you more lovable to people. You usually don't open up. And so you're acting in a way that becomes more antisocial. It pushes more people away. So the people that you would have got just by happenstance, they get pushed away. And then there are actively people in your life that you try to be close to. You push them away as well. And then by the fact that you push so many people away, it reconfirms to you the thing that you told yourself about yourself. And so you just stay on that wheel. And it is simple to get off. It's not easy, but it's simple. You just step off of the wheel and you walk up to a guy that you respect and you say, I like your jeans. Like, it's cool. They're really cool. Like, I don't know, you're like cool. And one of the reasons that is simple but not easy, one of the reasons it's scary to do, is because there seems to be such a lack of accepting that thing, of accepting that love, of accepting someone wanting to be there for you, take care of you and everything. It's very hard to get in. And look, once you're there, you're there. Once you're there, you know, I know a lot of loyal men, and you'll have a friend for life, but there's some walls, you know. Like, one thing that I've seen is a rabbit hole that I've fallen down that I enjoy very much, is this trend of men calling to wish their friends good night. And it encapsulates everything that I'm saying. It's one of the most fascinating things to watch. Basically, if you haven't seen this yet, people are recording, usually the girlfriend or wife is recording their husband or boyfriend calling his friends to say goodnight. That's it. That's literally it, and it's one of the most fascinating things you can watch, because there are as many reactions as there are like faces on a diamond. Like you cannot predict what's going to happen, and you will be surprised every single time. Because they'll call, and one of those calls, they answer, "Hey, what's up?" "Nothing. What's up with you, man?" "Oh, not much. I was just calling, about to go to bed and everything, so I just want to wish you good night." The first one I watched, I just want to call and wish you a good night, just have a good night. And the guy was like, "What?" No, I was just saying, call and wish you good night. Like, hope you have a good night too. Sleep tight, dream sweet dreams and everything. What? And this reaction comes because the last time that a man heard those words, he was a boy. And it was his parents. And that's if it ever happened. So a lot of men don't know how to handle it. It's literally like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, sleep tight, night, night, and everything. Huh? Not even kidding. In the call, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm just about to nod off and everything. So I was saying, have a good night. I'll see you when I see you. Like, I gotta go. Another one of my favorites. Another one that genuinely filled me with joy. This dude called and he was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" "I'm good. How you doing?" Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm just about to nod off and everything. So I'm, just wanted to wish you good night, say sleep tight, sweet dreams and everything. Dude on the phone went, "What? Night? What you mean good night?" You would not believe how many men said, "What do you mean good night?" What do you mean good night? He's like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm just about to go to bed, sweet dreams, everything." And he's like, "Yo, you good? Are you good? Dog, for real, are you good?" And for the rest of the phone call, he could not convince his friend he wasn't kidnapped. Like, "Yeah, dog, no, I'm good, I'm chilling. I'm just, about to nod off. We haven't talked in a while, so I want to say night, night, wish you sweet dreams and everything." And he's like, oh, they got you? Ooh, okay, let me know where you at. Where you at? "No, I'm at home. I'm just saying, like, sweet dreams and everything. Like, I hope you sleep well, like, sleep tight and everything." Like, "I won't let you die, dog. Where you at?" "No, I'm riding out right now. Just send me the address. Like, put it in code or something. Like..." No, totally different call. Totally different call. This dude called. Wish this dude good night. He was like, "Hey, I just want to say good night, sleep dreams, hope you, have a good night and everything." And the dude said, "Huh?" "Yeah, just good night, hope you have a good night." Yo, what you mean good night?" It's like, "I'm just saying good, like, have a good night, like, sleep well." He's like, yeah, whoa, why you calling me telling me that? Like, you call me like I'm like a side chick or something. What you doing? I was like, no, dog, I just wanted to wish you, you know, a good night. I hope you sleep well, sleep tight and everything. Hey, I really feel like you're being disrespectful right now. And one of the reasons I feel like this is such a phenomenon is because I'm not saying that women even do this all the time, but the way that women are friends with each other has a lot more of these little things in it. It's the little checkups. It's the little, like, how you doing, how you been. It's the little chats that is usually missing in male friendships, which makes a lot of men not really know where they stand with other men. Like, you'll be friends with somebody. You'll be considered a friend by somebody, but you won't be sure. You'll be like, no, I like him. And we hang out once in a while, but like, he's like my other friend's brother. So if you ask him, I guess he'd say we're friends, but it's also cool if he doesn't. Like, I don't care. I ain't care. I'm not pressed about that. Like, maybe we friends, maybe we not. I don't know. It's cool either way. If you want to be enemies, we could do that too. Because that's the thing. Is just how we show love is very specific. Like, I've watched my girlfriend tell her girlfriends, love you, easily. Not another thought. Love you as bye, love you middle conversation, whatever, right? And as men, we rarely say, I love you to other men, especially that we're not related to. And I think it's because to me, it's just a different style of love. Because a lot of men will not say, I love you to their other friends, to other men. They won't say, I love you. They say it in a different way, because what we value as men is the sort of like loyalty or ride or die level of commitment that we have to each other that stays unspoken. Sometimes you don't even know somebody has it for you until you're in trouble. So as men, we don't really say, I love you to each other like that. You know a man loves you when he says, dog, I'd die for you. Because we really just sort of keep it in life and death. Outside looking in, I'm not saying I know, I'm just saying from what I watch, it seems like women are very excited to give and receive love from each other. And as men, we're very excited to die. Oh, we would love to die together. That'd be preferable. Just let's die together. Yeah, no, we'll ride out right now, dog. Yo. And that's what I saw in that phone call when that dude called his friend. That dude loved him, convinced he was kidnapped. I was like, where you at? Let me know right now. Because so much of it is like about being hard, I suppose. Like, as a man, you want to be not just respect, you want to be admired, you want to be hard, and it seems like being hard is the way to get those two things. It was this dude called his buddy, said sweet dreams. He's like, what you mean sweet dreams? What you mean sweet dreams? No, I'm just saying sweet dreams. No, what you mean sweet dreams? I don't have sweet dreams. All right, it's nightmares every day around here. Nobody worried about some sweet dream. What you dreaming about? Shoot, I dream about work. Maybe my favorite one, we're talking like top. One of my favorite ones is this dude calls. Hey, what's up, dog? Oh, I'm good. What's up with you? Nothing. I just wanted to call, say good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite you. Just wanted to wish you a good night, man. He was like, how you know I got bed bugs, dog? Like, I didn't tell anybody about that. What's wrong with you? Why you... Don't be telling people my business, for real. We're talking like top 2-3 videos of the trend. There was this one dude calls his buddy up, and he's already giggling because he knows how his friend's gonna react. Because that's the thing, is that it's so funny how weird people react, because you can tell from the way they pick up the phone that they're close. Who they chose to call for a reason. And half of them, when they pick up, they're being silly anyway, Hey, what's up? If that's how you answer, you can't freak out when someone says good night. Male friendships are so important because at least for the guys that I know, they're some of the only friendships that tether you. They tether you to a way of seeing the world that is unconditional of other things. I'm not saying that when you have female friends or when you're alone, you can't get to the same place you can get with male friends. I just think it's very different. It's very different. Like if you went to one of your female friends after a breakup and, you're telling her what happened, maybe she'll see your perspective, but she probably wasn't going to do the same thing as you were going to do. Whereas if you go to a guy after a breakup and you tell him what happened, one of two things is either going to happen. He's either going to see completely your perspective. Maybe he'll pump you up. Maybe he'll tell you were wrong. But he's going to see it exactly the way that you see it. Or he's going to be like, dang, I was about to do that same thing. That's good to know. Like, I was about to ruin my whole life. Oh, thank God you did it before me. Okay. Oh, that's good to know. All right. Because I want that for the men that I see suffering from loneliness. I want them to have friends. Friends would fix the loneliness, and it would heal a big part of this thing that we see en masse from men. When you see a bunch of like angry men, some people are like, all these angry dudes just need a girlfriend. All these like incels just need to get laid. It's like, no, they need friends. like friends. Friends would fix things way more than I think we realize, because sometimes those dudes get a girlfriend. I know it doesn't seem likely, but it's true. No, fundamentally, I'm being serious, it's true. Sometimes the most like weird, nasty posting incel will actually get a girlfriend. And it doesn't necessarily heal everything, because now in their mind they're like, okay, this woman likes me. This woman doesn't think that I'm ugly. But all of these preconceived notions they have about women still remain. Whereas when you have friends, I'm not saying it makes you a wholly better person. It depends on the friends that you keep. You can measure parts of a man by the company that he keeps. But at the same time, when you have a bunch of friends around you, well-rounded friends that can hear what you're saying or can understand where you're coming from and can help guide you down a better path, that makes it better for everyone. Some of my best friends have shown me things about myself I wouldn't have caught otherwise, and it's not as if you even need that many. I don't even know if men could handle a lot of friends. We're not good at maintaining relationships in the same way, so 5 is probably enough. Honestly, 5, that 5th one, you're gonna forget his name once in a while. 5 is a lot. A lot of men have 1. And once again, it falls into the categories I was talking about before. They have one truly close friend, one truly close male friend, and they either have just known him a long time, or it's their brother, or they went to war together. Yeah? But they have one. So when he dies, that's it. Because you're also his only one. I hope that we can get men to prank each other to the point of good mental health. I hope that it would be so dope if the next level of the prank is just like, hey everybody, I'm gonna go to my buddy's dad's funeral to support him. Let's see what he does. He's there at the funeral. He's like, how you feel, man? How are you doing? His friend's like, how am I doing? What you mean how I'm doing? What you mean how you trying to get knocked out? What you mean how I'm doing? Huh? What you mean how I'm doing? What do you mean how I'm doing? What do you mean? And then he cries on his shoulder, and that's the cry on the shoulder challenge. Like, you just have to ask how a man is doing over and over until he answers. And then he really needed that. It's really important, so have a moment together. Just see dudes like, next trend, just... Next trend is just like, you know, like the kitchen challenge, where you just like go over to your boy's place and just check his kitchen. Like, is it insane? Is it disgusting? Are there other things living there? Oh, I'd love to see, and you know, we as a society will hopefully be around much longer. One day TikTok's gonna be pretty old. I wanna see a TikTok challenge where it's just dudes calling each other out of nowhere, being like, hey, make sure you get your prostate checked, all right? We all 50 and up right now, like, no, look, I'm gonna call him, tell him to check his prostate, see how he react, right? And it's like, all right, yeah, because you know we both 55, so it's like that time, you know, you gotta keep up with your health and everything. He freaking out, like, why you worried about my prostate, dog? Like, it's something I hope continues, because I think it's nice. Out of all of like the TikTok trends and YouTube pranks, this is like one that I think is genuinely good. Because you'll see these compilations of them, and then every once in a while you'll get one. This dude called his friend. He was like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? I'm all right. I was just calling, you know, wish you good night and everything. And so I was like, what? It's like, yeah, no, I was just thinking about you, so I want to say good night, sleep tight. You know what I mean? Have sweet dreams and everything. And his buddy was like, oh, thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. You have sweet dreams too, dog. Oh, that's special.
Hey, brother, I was just calling to say goodnight and Hope you sleep well, have sweet dreams and everything. And life is hard, I know, but you always keep your head up. You always make it to the next day. That's all we can do. And I just hope you know that there are people who really do love you, care about you, are thinking about you. And I hope tomorrow's better than today was. Also, I don't want this to disturb your sleep or anything, but they did get me, by the way, the ops. So I don't let it disturb your sleep tonight, but like if there's something you could do, like if you could get over here. I don't know if they want money. I honestly, I am frightened, but you know, I'm gonna keep my head up the way you keep your head up, brother, and you know, we gon' get through it. But anyway, sleep tight, sweet dreams. Night.
Make some noise for your friend and mine, Josh Johnson.
I don't know if y'all heard, by the way, but the Olympic Committee has decided to lift the intimacy ban in the Olympic Village, right? Yeah. Now, in case you didn't know, whenever people go to participate in the Olympics, right, especially for the Summer Olympics, they all stay in one big Olympic village together, and while they're there, they smash, all right? These are the best athletes in the world. In the peak of their physical prime, they're going to get it on, right? But Olympics is every 4 years, so 2024 Olympics means that last Olympics was that time we do not speak of, right? And in that time, they tried to have some semblance of the Olympics, and so they told the athletes, they were like, listen, something going around. The last thing we need is y'all making something new. So just come here, compete, go home, all right? But then you fast forward to present, 2024 Summer Olympics are in Paris, City of Love. Not only have they lifted the intimacy ban, they've committed to having 300,000 condoms in the Olympic Village. That's ambitious. 300,000 condoms. There's only 10,000 athletes. 300,000 condoms. Half the athletes are men. They expect 5,000 men to go through 300,000 condoms in the span of like 2 weeks. I am not an Olympic athlete. But on the night of my life, I went through 2. There is no way. That is too many condoms. That is too much pressure to put on these young men. It really is. They are already flying from around the world to win glory for their country. And now they gotta worry about putting a dent in their pile. That's not fair. It's too many condoms because you acting like all the athletes are gonna smash equally. They won't. Because you can be honest, when you think about the Summer Olympics, you think about the track stars, the swimmers, the gymnasts, the sexy athletes. Nobody's thinking about the equestrians. No one's like, he just ride that horse so good. I wonder what else he can. No one has said that ever. In fact, when you watch the sport, you're like, it seemed like the horse doing all the work. Oh. Like, it wouldn't be a problem if it was like maybe the Winter Olympics, you know? Winter Olympics could get through 300,000 easy, right? First of all, they need the warmth, right? Second, if there's any athlete from any sport that could get through 300,000 condoms in a couple weeks, it's the curlers. People love to act like the curlers don't get any. That entire sport is foreplay, top to bottom, all right? Every time they're playing, every time they send that rock down the ice, what do they do? Every single time, just, nice and gentle to get it started, you know what I mean? And then they send it down to that other guy on the other side of the ice with the broom, and he just... doing it just right so it hits a specific spot? Am I the only one watching the sport? Because that's my big issue. I just feel like, how do I put this? Okay. I feel like when it comes to the summer sports versus the winter sports look really, really cool. And all the sports are hard to do. All the people that participate are athletes, right? I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying that the people who aren't athletes that do those things still look cooler when it's winter. Does that make sense? Like if you were snowboarding and then you accidentally hit some like slope and you do something cool in the air, people still gonna want to bang you when you land. But if you playing table tennis, there's just a lot of the summer sports that are very virgin adjacent is what I'm... Do you know what I mean? Like the winter sports are like an event. Like even now, even in life, if you went on a trip and you're like, I'm going skiing, it's like, oh, you're going skiing. This is about to be dope, right? I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I do think that people who do like the shot put and stuff, those are very impressive athletes. But if you walked up to somebody in life and said, I throw, it doesn't hit the same. You know what I mean? Like, there's just activities that are very impressive when the athletes do them, but if you're not an athlete, it's not impressive. Even the javelin. You look at the javelin, when an Olympic athlete does it, when they walk up and they do that, and then they like, blah, blah, and then it just goes forever. Wow. When you see like a regular guy do it, I was in high school and I saw, okay, it was a kid. He was supposed to be the best one at this other school because I wasn't on the track team, but I was like adjacent to the team. Like if somebody got hurt, they would let me run. But they knew I wouldn't win, so it was just to appease me because I kept coming to all the meets and I kept dressing out like I was one of them. But they were like, "You slow, you can't be with us." But I was like, yeah, but sometimes y'all trip, and one of these days, it's gonna be my time to shine. And they were like, yeah, but the other kids will still be fast. And I was like, we'll worry about that bridge when we cross it, right? But anyway, there was a meet where this kid had a javelin, and this was a bad track meet to begin with because they had everybody doing everything at the same time, right? And so then they had some of the kids running to qualify at the same time as kids were throwing the shot put and stuff. Now, people weren't really that strong, so things weren't going that far, but there was this one kid that was very good, and then he threw the javelin, and then he threw the javelin, and then you just heard and there's no way to catch a javelin in your body that doesn't make it look like you shouldn't be dead. Like, because it hit this kid in the leg, like it hit just in the leg, right? Which is incredibly painful, but it's so much stick hanging out the leg. It's like, how did it not go through your leg? I don't think you dying right now. You should have, like if this was war, if this is the movie, you'd be, you know what I mean? You just over here, you know what I mean? I feel like what I'm saying is starting to make sense. I feel like you're getting it. It's that the summer sports just have so much range. You know what I mean? Like in winter sports, there's like bobsled or something. Bobsled still very cool, going super fast. And then you get to the end. Even if you last place, you went so fast, there's somebody at the finish line that's like, what are you doing later? Like, you know? But if you're the discus at the Summer Olympic and it just, you throw your hardest, right? You throw it as far as you can, and then it just go, and then it doesn't hit that line, right? Because they already have the line of what would be impressive. This impressive line right here, if you get it past that, people go, ooh. If you get low, people are like, oh. And then you threw it as hard as you could, and oh. You going home alone. That's just the way it's gonna work. But I hope it works out for the summer athletes. I really do. I hope they get it on. Because selfishly, I want to see what some Olympic-made babies look like. You know what I mean? Like a medalist in judo and a medalist in the high jump. That sound like how you make a superhero. You know what I mean? No, I hope they smash to their heart's delight. I really do. I want to see any like mixing. Like gold can't get with bronze. All right? Like we might not be making a winner. All right? I think family is incredibly important, right? But it does suck. Like, here's the thing. I don't know how to describe this. And this is not a perfect, I haven't thought it all the way through. So I haven't actually thought of a solution. I really am just up here complaining, okay? But it does feel upsetting sometimes that when you marry, like I've watched a lot of my friends get married, right? And when you marry, you're in the family, but you just wanted them. Do you know what I mean? Like you love them, and then a bunch of people you don't know are like, no, us too. We all go together now. Inseparable. We're family. You know? And sometimes it works out beautifully. Like sometimes you meet someone, you fall in love, and their family is also delightful. And that's very sweet. I love that. I love that for my friends. I love that for my family members as that's happened to. But then sometimes you meet someone and y'all fall in love, and then you get introduced to people that you're like, ooh, I don't want to have anything to do with... I don't want to have anything to do with what you got going on. Like, that's not why I came. You know what I mean? It feels like going to a restaurant, right? And being like, oh, I'll get the wings. And they're like, and you'll have the burger. And you're like, I can really only fit wings, right? And that's why I only ordered the wing. No, trust me, the burger comes with the wings. And if you don't have a sufficient amount of burger, the wings will get mad, all right? The wings will be like, why don't you care about my burger, right? And you'll be like, I just wanted you. I didn't sign up for burger. I just wanted... I don't even like beef like that. Like, I just wanted some chicken wings. And you're great. It's like, yeah, but the beef... And we were raised together. Like, we should... all find a way to get along. And you're like, this metaphor has run out. No, I just look, I've watched it happen, and it seems like a real bummer. It seems like, because, you know, that your friends will tell you about it. They'll tell you about what's going on, and it'll be some in-law and something, and they're not getting along. And I'm like, man, that's because you can't even really yell at them good because they're not actually your family. Do you know what I mean? Like, at a certain amount of yell, like if it's your brother, your sister, you can let somebody have it. Y'all grew up together, and even if you were in separate households or whatever, you can still that's your bloodline. You can be like, you're an idiot, right? When you put in-law on the back end, it just takes all the juice out of... Like, some people still have a very good relationship, and I love that for them. But some people are like, my brother-in-law is a real... He's you just want to choke. It's not even just... It's... Sometimes I dream about just punch the back of his head until I just pull back. The knuckles are just mush. I hate him so much, I don't even have words. And then you have to be like, but that's your brother, but not, right? Oh, one of the most interesting cases of it I'd seen was, okay, so this kid from my hometown got married young, right? So they got married like almost right out of high school. So they're like 19 and stuff. And they want to be married to each other, but they're weirdly self-aware that they don't really have the resources to start a life, right? So they just married at home. Like, they didn't have to do this at all, right? But they spend a lot of time at her grandma's house. Now, they're married, right? But then the grandma got remarried because the granddad had been gone for a while and the grandma could still get it, right? So she was out getting it, right? And so, you know, she was out playing the field and everything, and then she found somebody to settle down with, settle concrete with, right? Because this is the last one, right? And it's like, and so she found somebody, and then, you know, that guy is now hanging out around the grandma. Now, his wife loves her grandma, loves hanging out with her and everything, so they're over at the house a lot. But he has a very weird situation because he has an in-law now, right? The grandma is his in-law, but she just got married again. So now this guy is like a step granddaddy. And if you think things can be fraught with a stepfather, a step granddaddy cares so little about you. Because he's like, I almost didn't meet you. Like, I don't, like, everybody grown. Like, we don't have to be talking right now. And so he had a step granddaddy kind of in-law, right? I've lost how this works. But all I know is he didn't have a in-law granddaddy, but then that stepped in, so now he's the step granddaddy, and that guy's name is Earl, and Earl is a dick, right? Earl using all the time he have left to just be an asshole. Which normally I would be on board with, but it was happening to my friend, so it was just kind of funny. Like Earl would be watching TV, and then they come over, and he still want to watch his show. And then he would say, because the grandma was never watching TV, she was always cooking or doing something, right? So it would just be him and Earl sometimes in the room while she was chilling with her grandma. And he'd be like, hey, can we watch like anything else? Because Earl would love to watch like Star Trek, stuff like that. And he's like, can we just watch the news, anything that's happening, right? Besides this. And Earl would be like, yeah, sure. And then he would get up and like go to the bathroom or something. But what he had done when he was getting up was he snuck the batteries out the remote and put them back and gave them to my friends. And now he just pressing, thinking that the TV not working. You could have said no. Yeah. There's at a certain point you're like, man, why are you here? Why am I here? Why are we doing this? And Earl had he had this raspy voice. I say he's still alive. He had this super raspy voice where he'd be like, so y'all just gonna stay for dinner? Eating up all the food. Earl didn't even cook. Her grandma cooked. But he would still get he would watch my buddy eat and watch him eat. He got the same food on his plate, by the way. This is how you know Earl a true hater from the core. Because he eating the same... It's not like my friend has something delicious he can't have. He just hates that this dude also has cornbread. So he's like... staring him down. Nastiest thing Earl ever did was Earl was like in a chair for a little while, right? and he had like twisted his ankle, and so he was in like a little wheelchair, right? And he wasn't leaving the house much. But one time it was him and my buddy in the room, and without saying a word, they just watching Star Trek. He given up on trying to switch shows and stuff like that. He's like, when I'm with Earl, I'm just gonna watch Star Trek, and that's it, right? Earl leans until he tips out of his wheelchair, and he laying on the ground. And when everybody come in, he pointed to my buddy. It was like, "Why would you push me like that?" Because that a lot of people, I've realized that I knew when I was passed away. But that you're thinking about where you're like, when I was a kid and I'm the bills now, so. Oh yeah. The Catholic school was bad. I thought was I for his name I feel bad about. He was dope in mass classes and stuff. He would all turn his mic off. Consistent had an off button. He'd always forget to turn his mic off, take the sacrament, right? And then next to his mouth, a tooth every week. Hilarious. I remember the first time it happened. Did he crack his soul? But I'd have a retreat or something, confession, just to like do. Because there's a certain power when you're not Catholic. Someone, everybody else, and then about it, and you're just gonna not. Confession, and we confessed because I think he knew I was more of a conversation, right? Conversation. He said something that's ever since. I don't know, but I've read, and I feel like, God or not, way to live my life. I feel I'm kinder to people. I feel better without it, so that's just me. I never heard someone like the church speaks their beliefs, right? My entire life, straight up. Sometimes they'd be like, well, you know, God. But when somebody hits you with, stops both of you. I remember I hope I didn't break. I hope I didn't. You're a priest. He was like, no, I don't think. If nothing happens when you die, even if there's no time, I'm gone. About the way that I lived my life. The other day, and I was like, like 84. I definitely. I don't driver. Like I failed, and I'm out of practice since. But I take Ubers and have given me rides and stuff, and the value of a classic late night joke to talk about, and if they were high or whatever. And gas in most states, it's cheaper. It's cheaper than at the time that I'm. Don't quote me years. X thinks that gas is. I'm saying that as 20 gas is last week. It's a month ago, right? And I think gas stations are maybe hurting a little bit extra stuff. That is a little, right? Like extra be at the gas station. Like gas station. Fellas, if you and you're thinking about the way home and you're feeling it's you next. LOL. It's not gonna. You're like, I gotta make her get in your head, and then tank's pretty close. Responsible. Fill up and then you get to the gas station. See inside the real flower at the gas. If you walk in hours and you bring them, she will leave you. All right. Just look like an omen. They're just dead. And for sale too. There was a bouquet, like a bucket with a bunch of other. Mine said 9.90. He's very dead. Patient around. Flowers were clearly shipped fridge or something. Flour, salads. I'm all for people eating their green. I think we should be healthier. As a gas station, you have just debit card to pay for E. Coli is supposed to see it on a gas station. You can see it. Excited. Eating it. I was at a gas station in Kentucky and saw for sale apparently loose pickle. When I say to understand, I said I was at a gas station gonna buy a bottle of water. I'm walking towards whatever's in it. I pass has put out on the shelf and right under $1.99 for these. $1.99 for on a very dusty and they were wet, like they had needed to solve because in my head what happened here, because this was like a gas station. It wasn't like a Circle K. It wasn't like anything like that thing. It was just like a regular gas station. Yes, I can see why. But this loop on the shelf, and in my head I was like, cool. I've ever seen in my entire life. Someone pitching, look, all right, put them in a jar. Don't let them. They're gonna taste like pickle no matter what. There's a little dust. That dust is really what I think happened. Mom and pop. I think somebody went in there. A person who's out of their mind. Were like, hey, let our pickles. Want the juice jar. Gas station owner said, I want, and the juice, whatever price you want. Man, hey. Because what do you charge for that price? I would charge $300. $300 with a serial killer, right? Say 3, maybe 500. More comfortable while somebody watched. No, 5. My price. Because so much that when I called the police, they would just be one tank of gas or what. And I asked them, your pickles over there, what's the deal with that? Because they're loose on the and the guy goes, what? I was like, are loose. Because now I'm getting nervous. So your pickles are loose. And he's like, and then he goes over the point and he's like, no! It's like, not again! Before, like this used to happen, like, didn't come in here and pay you $5,000 for just the jar. And while I bought, President Weirdo comes in every couple of months and slyly the pickles out and run juice. This dude said the authorities multiple times. Say there's nothing that they dealing, but it's not like amount. And I was like, may I offer? Pick 99 each. Or 5.
Of Comedy Central's new has been featured on Seart's Heart of the City. Johnson.
I grew up in. Yeah. Do that. People, that's for New Orleans, which is the. New Orleans to the most beautiful blue eye fucked up. Like, that's what it's like being from that. But I did in Louisiana and 14, the first, like, still, like, it looked Find it with a big computer. And now I could do my homework and I wouldn't have to stay at the library for different reasons. But I didn't have a couple. I had like the type, like not a lot things after school with or anything. I was athletic, so school I just had to go home. If you're not gonna play like join up, you have to go home. You sitting here with the other kids. So I was also left alone at home, 14, and my mom's like, if you die, you were never gonna make it. Yourself, you should know how to. And so I would get home by like 1 or 2 hours. At home with the computer by my hours. I discovered Craig, and I was so fast that you could look up all the and like odd job renting apartments. So I would just school every day and just. Like every women seeking men, like part of Craigslist, I was just car, but like they could use words, so the beat up car but there's a lot of history behind it. This car was the car in the back and he got really sick and threw up. That's like a Snoop Dogg stain. Would have got like you ain't in this car. Read Craigslist after school. And I didn't tell you this, but I would be like I just where are we gonna have now? Cause like misconnection would be like, hey, met you at. And you had like hair and stuff, an eyebrow, which is weird they did eyebrow, thing that most people have, and we just had a great hear you, but like I could, and so if me up, naturally, when whatever you're not yet, so you're kind of a monster. It wasn't long before every day before I decided. And so I correspondence with people, misconnections or whatever. That it's like, yeah, baby, I the one coming in, you know? Doing it every day. For some people, I would give my into it and they know it wasn't, but other people, we get a while. And I remember one was, just sitting at the, really excited to get today and to do, and this not a 1 hour window. So on this particular, all of Craigslist, and I had just read the KKK. It's like dope. I started this dude named Dale. And like kind of bad cause like if you're hurting that bad for recruitments then we must be making progress. Like the world's getting better. And so to Dale a little bit, going back and forth, was like, hey, chill sometime. And by chill, I don't mean chill. I mean actually go. And and the next day, Dale, great to meet you, guy. And all of our core days was like the most. Oh man, you like. So do I. I couldn't be natural on my type, but then really got built up. He was like, meet. I want brothers. Like that sounds great. And I grew up in Alexandria, Louisiana. Don't know what it is. You're doing it too. But there's this place. Called Finnegan's. I was like, hey, Dale, look, and we'll sit thing. And then if you really mean the other brothers, be a family. And so the next day comes up. I don't want to die. I was never. That'd be insane. But he hits after school, like for 2 weeks, home mainly to talk to Craigslist anymore. Friends, and Dale was one of my. I came home the other day. He was like, hey, I want you, and you didn't. Why would you stand me up? Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Excuse. And this is. We're talking 2004. We're talking. Everybody had a cell phone. People still, didn't have a cell phone, and they did them. You just had to roll with it. Hey, I'm totally not gonna. I've chosen it. So eat and shop alone. Great excuse. Like each time I was like, just had to be there with her and understood. And he was did the right thing, brother. And he was particularly, he had come home that evening, but I didn't see it. And he was like, I'm Target by myself for 3 hours. I need a popcorn maker. I was just in court, and I was waiting. Oh, you not gonna be a popcorn maker? And I was like, sorry. And by bruh, for brother, not the way that I just girlfriend, she was always women falling. Like, he never caught on. Every great aunt, the stare, or like just the worst lies. And even now, I was alone with and I just catfished. I can't think of anything dumb would have been better. Would have been normal about porn. It just took a wild turn. After, I think he was very resilient, hurting for numbers. Because after a week and a half, okay, you know what? Balls, I'm gonna set a time, place, and if you don't come to me again, like, fair enough, okay? I really just want to be letting me know where and he picked 50 places to go in my town. And that show up, I didn't hear from him. I've noticed this thing, that's where like now racist, but for like actually not, like I'll like thread, and I finish like, oh, that was it. I don't even think that. Like one thing, one time, you must be a racist. You're a who doesn't know you. And I'll tell you, grew up in the South. I don't think you're racist. A meeting, all right? Like, because maybe the first day I'll just invite you to a barbecue, okay? You barbecue is dry rib, there's somebody put on a white hood, that's a little odd, but you just turn on the cob, there's collard, there's pulled chicken, there's a burning cross in front of you. My friend Jordan, okay, accidentally went to a Klan, knowing what I was doing, my years older than me, actually. And turns out Klan rallies don't just barbecue. I ate all the food, I can't. So he stayed rally, and immediately we talked about it. Turns out the thing in Klan rallies, like there were no in the I could see a to-go plate. Jordan, are those Klan ribs? I was like, yeah, and I was like, can I? And a dude that grew up in the Klan makes the best ribs. I don't know what kind of rub that is. It tastes racism. It's delicious. Okay? It was to the point where I was like, these every Sunday. These are Johnson. Thanks so much.
I'll tell you what, though, I listening to Beyonce's album, the new, and everyone feels like a lot of feelings. Like some people are like, what a beautiful. And interested in it because someone as big as Beyonce album brings back to at least of the history black country music, right? But I expect everyone. Friend was telling me all of this offhand. My friend that come free because like a lot of and so some of those blue were instruments made, right? The origins in West Africa, which were initially made. Stuff like that become the banjo, things that become the tambourine, used in this bluegrass that became also a lot of the chant spirituals into oral elements and literally country songs. So interesting. It's very because everything has to be a binary for us. This is music or anything, and and sometimes get diminished. About how it's important a country album because overshadowing of a black person doing country, black people who were already, and that there's been resistance to that. A part of me does kind of like if you're and you see Beyonce come, be like, we have to stop. This can't come. Don't please. Super white, and then they're like, very, play a little bit of golf. Did he win all the titles for women? Tiger. And then you see Beyonce. Yeah, that's where the resistance is coming from. It's so fascinating about music. That music constantly, in some aspect, it's like tree. They're rock. It's horrific thing. It's really horrible. What happened to turned it into those beautiful things that we have. I think that's incredible. I think about. I don't think that everyone to do that. Roles were reversed. White spirituals be. Can't take this lightly. I know I've used the word slavery wasn't a humanity. No person should ever be in this way. And out of some of the most beautiful things just down connecting the dots. Now they have this happen and someone made. But what if it was reversed? What if lights in the fields, tilling the earth to the hot sun with white backs? As they are tilling this something and all of this to exhale the beautiful way as possible among themselves, and they're as they can, right? And then in the distance, small town girl. Slave master. What's that? Real. I think that a very, very important thing as people forward is I think we have to decide needs to be in jail. Do you know what I mean? My thing. That you do need, like we've all met someone feels like this feels like into this in traffic out over here. Understanding of the jail, but we don't on everything. There's some baseline things that we all go to jail for. People do those things, go to jail. And then things that we say are very bad, go to jail for. And then they go, who changed the law while they're in jail? Like I think about everybody, was in jail. Weed possession is currently legal. And I understand that they broke the law. And then we decided something that had to be voted on. This thing shouldn't be illegal. And then they're sitting in jail. So, what about me? Okay, I'll stay. Who went to jail, like weed possession. And he did have quite a bit on him. And I'll call it an entrepreneur. You're a businessman. Went to jail and he said one of the crazy he got out and is driving away from the jail. It's built near the jail dispensary. And so he's like, because we all know people in theory and aren't. We've all worked with somebody who shoot up the job is gonna be. No, people in different way don't make crazy, right? Hulu documentary, true crime and stuff. And that's everything Kevin do. Guess we just have to wait for him to do something. All the general habit. I was at a diner and truly this guy sitting across from me got his meal and I want to be everything I said. He had soup and he had everything required soup. God gave him everything, a soup and with the soup and using the spoon like any paying citizen and grabbed 2 forks, shoved them together, dipped it up slightly and was maintaining eye contact as he did. This, he doing something else. It was crazy. When I